peeps, Starspliter here, back with another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. I figure we would cover the Dark Knight CD rotation and kind of how I use it for my Dark Knight to help you mitigate the damage properly and show you how to rotate them to where you always have a CD available. As a Dark Knight, you're going to have a lot of resource management you're going to have to deal with. You've got to manage your TP, your MP, and your cooldowns. So, unlike the other two tank classes in the game, Dark Knight itself is going to have the most work out of the three. It's not a hard tank class once you understand what all your abilities are and you learn how to kind of rotate them in properly. So let's jump right in it and show you guys some of the CDs we got. As a Dark Knight, you're going to have a lot of Paladin-based cooldowns that are going to be available to you. You pick up Shadow Skin first, which is a reduces damage taken by 20%, which is your basic CD that you're going to use a lot. This cooldown is exactly the same as Rampart for Paladin, and you're going to use this for all basic damage that are coming in on you. Then you got Shadow Wall, which reduces damage taken by 30% for only 10 seconds. So this cooldown is a huge damage reducer, but not quite as good as Sentinel for Paladin, which blocks 40% of damage. So we're not quite up there par with them, but it is a real good cooldown to use for tank busters. Anything that's going to reduce your HP by half or more, this is the cooldown to go to. Then we've got Dark Mind, which reduces magic vulnerability by 15%, can all be used when succumbed to the dark side, duration of 10 seconds. So this cooldown here, you can only use this when you have dark side up. So, but as a Dark Knight, you should never have this stance dropped. This is your DPS stance. This Dark Knight is the only class, any tank class, that you can have both your tanking stance and your DPS stance going at the same time. With your tank stance, you reduce your damage by 20% by lowering, and it reduces the damage coming into you by 20%. So you want to have this up to reduce your damage if you're main tanking a boss, but you can also have Dark Side up, which increases your damage by 15%. So with Dark Side and Grit up, you're gonna, instead of losing 20% damage from Grit, you're only losing 5. So Dark Knight is the only tank class that can do the most damage while in their tank stance. So with Warrior or Paladin, they're both reduced to 20% automatically. The tank stances are all the same. But the only difference with Dark Side up, MP is slowly drained while increasing damage dealt by 15%. MP refreshing statuses have no effect. Effect ends upon reuse. Well, what that means is that you're not going to be able to get MP back from Mage Ballad or the turret from Mechanist or anything that's going to give you MP. You're not going to get that back while you have Dark Side up. You have to manage that on your own. And your MP is slowly drained. So you got to kind of watch what you do, and there should be, if you learn your rotation, you should never have a problem with mana. And then also with Dark Mind, it reduces the magic vulnerability by 15%, but you can increase that with Dark Arts to 30%. So you definitely, anytime you use Dark Mind, you know a lot of magic damage is coming at you. You want to Dark Arts it before you use Dark Mind, because that'll increase you to 30%, which that is huge. That's a big we are the Dark Knight class has the best magic cooldowns in the game. So we could reduce our damage from magic almost indefinitely. And then we've got Dark Dance, which increases parry rate by 30%, can only be executed while succumbed to the dark side. So this is another cooldown. You have to have Dark Side up for 20 seconds. You can also Dark Arts this, and it changes from parry from 30% to evasion by 20%. But you never want to do it. It's a waste of MP, and you don't want to evade the attacks. You want to parry them. Just because of the fact of whatever you use for reprisal, it delivers attack with a potency of 210, can only be used immediately after parrying an attack. So you want to parry the attacks that's going to give you a proc to use your reprisal. and it lowers the target's damage dealt by 10%. So this is a cooldown you want to use as often as you can in a fight, because you're going to lower that target's damage by 10%. That's huge for AoEs or just reducing whole raid damage. And then you've also got your stun, which delivers attacks with a potency of 100, and it stuns for 5 seconds. And the additional effect, 30% chance the next parry will reset the recast timer. So what that means, if you parry an attack, you have a 30% chance to reset your stun. So you want to have Dark Dance going as often as you can, because that's going to give you a better chance to parry your attacks and reset your stun, and also reset your reprisal, give you reprisal back up. That's why you want to stack a little bit of parry with Dark Knight, but you don't want to go crazy with it. This is coming to you guys before patch 3.2. My Dark Knight is set up with full strength, and that's why my HP is only at 16,404. All my gear is 210. I've got a full vitality set. So when patch 3.2 comes out, they're supposed to be making changes to all the tank classes to where vitality is going to do damage for the tank classes, and strength is going to be nerfed for them. So I don't know how that's going to go yet. We'll kind of play that by ear whenever 3.2 comes out and see, kind of runs the numbers and see how that's going to work out. But whenever that comes out, you're going to have a higher parry rate just because of your jewelry. You're going to be using a lot of fending jewelry, and a lot of that has parry on it anyway, so that's going to increase that. But all in all, parry still is a crap stat. I mean, it doesn't scale well. There's no point in really stacking it. But you might, like I said, you still want to have a little bit, which you're going to get that on your gear anyways. Alright, so let's jump back into the cooldowns. We've also got some cooldowns we pull from the other tank classes. We got Foresight from the Warrior, which increases damage, increases defense by 20% with a duration of 20 seconds. Well, Foresight takes, what it does, it takes the defense your character already has and increases it by 20%. So it's not a really good cooldown. It's not going to help you a lot, but it is good for whenever you pull multiple targets and you're getting a lot of damage coming in at you. It will mitigate a little bit. So I use this alongside with Convalescence that I pull for Paladin, which increases HP recovery via healing magic by 20% for yourself for 20 seconds. So Convalescence and Foresight, you're going to reduce the damage taken by Foresight, and your Convalescence, the healer's magic heals, are going to come in to you and give you a 20% more healing for that. So that it turns that little crappy Foresight cooldown into a big cooldown. And they're both on a 120-second recast timer, so whenever you use both of these, they will be up at the exact same time. And that's the same thing with Bloodbath, which converts 25% of physical damage dealt into HP. And we also pull this from Warrior. It's not a really good one because on Dark Knight, because a lot of our abilities are magic based, so it only converts the 25% of physical damage. So a lot of the magic attacks you're going to do are not going to heal you. So it's not as good on Dark Knight as it would be on a Paladin or a Warrior, but it does help. I kind of throw that in there with Shadow Skin, which are both on a 90-second cooldown, and Shadow Skin itself blocks all damage by 20%. So it's really good to use together, and they're both on a 90-second cooldown, so they'll both be up whenever you use them together. Then we've got our Dark Dance and Dark Mind. I kind of throw in there with Bloodbath occasionally. Now some tanks, this is what kind of user preference anyways, is Awareness. It nullifies the chance of suffering critical damage, duration of 15 seconds. So what it does, it prevents you from getting critted on for 15 seconds. A lot of the big hits in this game don't crit. They've finally started implementing off the new bosses and stuff in this game that they do a little bit more, but it's still not the best cooldown. I just kind of throw it in with Foresight and Convalescence, being that it's on a 120-second cooldown too, a recast timer. and it does help for when you have multiple targets beating on you. It reduces that crit chance. It's a little bit less damage you're going to be getting coming in on you. But some people like to take Mercy Stroke instead of Awareness for an extra attack, and it's free. Doesn't cost TP or MP or anything, so Mercy Stroke is not a bad choice to use either. Then we've got our Soul Survivor, which marks a target with a status Another Victim. If that target should be knocked out in battle, 20% of your maximum HP and MP will be restored, duration of 15 seconds. So what that means is, if you put this on a target that's about to die, and it dies within the 15 seconds, you will get 20% of your HP and MP restored to you. So anytime there's like a boss fight and they've got ads, the ad is about 25% HP or so, or almost dead. Throw this on the target, and if it dies within that 15 seconds, you're going to get a massive heal and MP boost. That way, you can do way more damage. The more MP you got, the more damage you got. That's just basically how it plays with a Dark Knight. The more MP you got to play the throw away, the more damage you're going to be able to do because of Dark Arts. Dark Arts increases damage on your character by tons. Their basic rotations, you've got an aggro combo, which is Hard Slash, Spinning Slash, Power Slash. That's your aggro combo. You'll never use it as a Dark Knight. You're going to basically never need to use your aggro combos. You shouldn't have a problem holding with your Soul Eater combo. So what I usually do is Hard Slash, Siphon Strike, and then you get the choice of either Delirium or Soul Eater. So what I do is anytime I'm using my Soul Eater, I make sure to Dark Arts it, because it increases the potency of 4x4 up from 240 to 400. So it is really nice. And the next rotation, I'll jump into a Hard Slash, Siphon Strike into Delirium, which delivers an attack with a potency of 100 and reduces the target's intelligence by 10%. So what that does is it's going to make any magic caster do less damage. The effect does not stack with Dragon Kick, so you're not going to be able to use this with a Monk's Dragon Kick. But if you've got, say, an 8-man party and you have a Monk in your party, the Monk could be helping the other tank keeping Dragon Kick up while you're keeping Delirium up on the other boss, and you guys can both reduce the damage taken by the whole party. So it really helps out a lot. And that's basically it on the cooldowns. You want to kind of pair them together to, like I said, to make sure that you turn these little cooldowns into decent ones. Like Foresight by itself is junk, but you mix it with Convalescence, you just turn it into a decent cooldown. Shadow Skin's okay, but he makes it even better when you increase it by using Bloodbath too. Shadow Wall I use by itself. It's too good to even mix with anything else. There's no point in wasting a cooldown when you got this up. It reduces damage taken by 30%. So this is really good, guys. Alright, so basically I could just need to jump into something to show you guys kind of how I use it and how it works. So I'm going to get into something and I'll BRBs, peeps. Alright, peeps. I went ahead and jumped us into Cape Westwind. It's a pretty reasonable fight, solo, to do a solo take on it. So we're going to head and jump in here and I'll kind of show you guys the basics of the cooldowns. At the beginning of the fight, there's not going to be a whole lot of damage coming in on me until the ads come. About mid-fight, when the ads pop, that's when I'm going to be using my cooldowns more. So let's go ahead and jump in here and do some damage, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to bother with putting up a CD right in this moment, saving them up. I'll use Reprisal though. That'll reduce the damage coming in. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw Dark Dance and Blood Price up, so anytime he hits me, he's regenerating my mana. Prizal's back up again. Try not to take any unnecessary damage that we don't need. Alright, Dark Dance is back up at Blood Price, so I'm going to go ahead and throw them up. Alright, now we've got ads. So what we do with the ads, we're going to focus on them and start reducing their HP. I'm going to go ahead and throw Shadow Skin and Bloodbath up. Alright, now that Shadow Skins fell off, I know I'm going to have to get something else up, so I'm going to go ahead and throw Soul Survivor on this guy. He's about dead. And that just gave me a big heal. Thanks, Duns. So then we go ahead and work on the second ad. We go ahead and throw Foresight, Convalescence, and Awareness up. Go ahead and do Dark Dance and Blood Price up. Alright, that ad's dead. Alright, now we're just back to the boss. So it won't be too bad. We know our CDs are down at the moment, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep it here and keep our healing going. Rises up. So we've got Bloodbath and Shadow Skin up. So we'll go ahead and keep that on there. That'll reduce our damage and give us a little bit of healing. Alright, so we're going to get out of that because this is going to be a big AoE there. We know what's coming. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw Dark Dance and Blood Price up. Dodge that big AoE. The main thing is not take any unnecessary damage when you're by yourself, that's for sure. Getting out of the fire as fast as possible. Alright. CDs are down, so we're going to go ahead and use Shadow Wall. It's only at 10 seconds. But that'll give us some time to get some HPs back. Alright, casting again. I'm going to go ahead and eat this one. It's almost over. Oh. Alright, we got the Prizal back up, so we'll go ahead and use that. Oh, nope, missed it. The timers on those are really slow, so you got to be quick about using it, because it'll disappear if you don't. And that's out. That's it, peeps. It's basically how you do it. Is you want to rotate your cooldowns to where you always have one available. Usually, if you do Shadow Skin and Bloodbath, and wait till it's about, it actually clears off your character after the 20 seconds. Then jump into Dark Dance and your usually Dark Dance and Blood Price first, because you want to have those up every time they're up. And then Shadow Skin and Bloodbath. Then Foresight and Convalescence. And then by the time your Foresight and Convalescence fall off, you should be back up with your Shadow Skin and Bloodbath. If not, you could always use your Shadow Wall if need be. But I usually try to save that shadow wall until if I know a big tank hit's coming in. Always keep your rotation between your Soul Eater and Delirium combo. Every time you use your Soul Eater and you Dark Arts it gives you a pretty decent heal. And your Delirium, well, if you have that up on the boss the whole time, his magic damage he'll be reduced by 10%. So it works out pretty well. And that's basically all I can really show you on that, peeps. Just I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more videos to come, and I'll catch you next time, peeps. Peace.